Transitioning from the UK back to Zimbabwe, I can describe it as an extreme sport. That's just how I can describe it as.
Welcome to House of Zulu
in Victoria Falls.
Visit us whenever you come to Victoria Falls. We are located along the airport road in Monday, and we will be happy to have you as our guests, where we'll cook soulful food for you.
And have amazing quad bike trips into the village. So what can get better than quad bikes and food?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Hello, so my name is Mona Lisa Zulu. This is the kitchen for House of Zulu, and we are proud to be making good, tasty, soulful food. That's what we do here. We make good, tasting foods. So I'm the executive chef here, and we work with a team of 3 ladies. It's an all-female kitchen, surprisingly. Most people think that an all-female kitchen doesn't work, but we work very well together. We are here to empower each other. It's very difficult for female chefs to make it in this industry. We're almost always sidelined, but we're going to prove that it is possible to work and as female chefs and also be good at what we do.
Do you regret moving from the UK?
That probably was the best decision I made. Coming back here, moving to England was always based on what they call economy migration, isn't it? Our parents moved looking for greener pastures, and then they took us when we were children. So it always felt a little like my heart was still tied to Africa. And then when we finally decided to move back, I felt free. And being able to explore different ideas. Africa is such an untapped market in almost every industry. So there's so many opportunities, from hospitality to transportation. It doesn't matter what it can be. There's so much potential. So if you're brave enough, it's always good. You could make it.
Makadi, welcome to Victoria Falls. One of the things I love doing in every country I visit is to talk and share inspiring stories of entrepreneurship, people who tell stories that you can actually make it in Africa. And today I'm joined with an amazing gentleman here. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Hi, African Tigress. My name is Brian. Brian Zulu.
Brian Zulu.
Yes.
Who is Brian Zulu?
Oh, that's a difficult question. You've just put me on the spot. Brian Zulu is an ex-UK resident, a returnee, I think you would call it.
Yeah, returnee, yeah.
Yeah. Decided to jump ship from the UK and come back home to Victoria Falls with the lovely sunshine.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a lot about me.
Why did you come back?
Oh, do you know what? Home is home.
Home is home.
Home is home. I'm pretty sure you feel comfortable enough to call Zimbabwe home now yourself.
Yeah.
I've always I moved to the UK basically because of family being there.
Yeah.
But my heart was left in Zimbabwe. So when I finished university, did a bit of work, I then decided, you know what, I think it's time to go back home and set up something at home.
Tell us about your business.
So we are in the tourism business. We have a restaurant called House of Zulu. The House of Zulu is a play on my last name, which is obviously Brian Zulu. So we played on the House of Zulu. Some might say it's vanity, but yeah.
I like it actually, House of Zulu. It sounds, you know,
very African.
Yeah.
Very, very African. So yeah, it's a restaurant and bar where we serve grilled foods like burgers, a bit of traditional food as well. And we also do quad biking village tours. So on our village tours, we go into the village of Monday, which is where our restaurant was built.
Yeah.
We built it from the ground up. And it's we built it with the community, for the community, in the community. So yeah, we are very strong on community-based tourism.
Community-based tourism.
Yeah.
You know, when I told people some time back that I did quad bikes, everyone is that with House of Zulu? Are you that famous? Because everyone was like, when I mentioned quad bikes, they were like, oh, House of Zulu. How long have you been in the business?
That's very flattering that people are asking if it's an House of Zulu.
Like, for real, like everyone was at House of Zulu. So I think you're really known for the quad bikes. So how long did you start with the quad bikes, or did you start with the restaurant?
So initially, we just wanted to do the quad bikes. But when we came here and the community welcomed us with open arms, we got a nice space where we could do our work, where we could build. We then sort of thought, let's hit two birds with one stone and let's do a restaurant as well. That's how we sort of segued into there. We opened in December 2019, and unfortunately, or I don't know, unfortunately or fortunately, COVID hit us 3 months later.
Yeah.
So we were just still new in the industry, and then we had to close. But yeah, we've seen through the worst of COVID, and we've just relaunched again. So yeah, we're back now.
But your name sounds like you've been in the business for 100 years.
I think it comes from the passion. You know, when you do something that you absolutely love, you enjoy, you do it, you give it your all, which is exactly what we do. And whatever we do, we aim to give 125%. So you will see it in our quad biking tours. They're very intimate. They give you access to parts of the Victoria Falls countryside that, you know, you can't get with any other, you know, traditional village tour.
How easy was it for you to leave the UK to move to Zimbabwe?
Transitioning from the UK back to Zimbabwe, I can describe it as an extreme sport. That's just how I can describe it as. I think it takes a different kind of individual to be able to transition there, because you're taking yourself from all the comforts and the conveniences of the UK system, but coming back home, it's different. Waking up at 5 a.m. to go to work at home is completely different from waking up at 5 a.m. to go to work in the UK. So I do not regret it one bit. Coming back home, Zimbabwe is beautiful. There's nothing you can fault about Zimbabwe, and I would urge any other young individuals who might have been having that feeling to just, you know, take the plunge, come back home, bring any skills that you would have learned. They'll go a long way back home. So yeah, it's no regrets. No regrets at all.
Is that time that you felt like, man, let me go back. Let me go back to the UK?
I mean, with anything, there are times that you feel like maybe I should go back. But I think the positives of the experience far outweighed the negatives. So yeah, I can't lie to say that everything has been rosy. We've had our challenges in construction and stuff like that. But yeah, I think, you know, overall, it was a good move.
I know a lot of people are interested in this transitioning, moving back, coming back home, building businesses. So did you pack your bags one way, I'm going to Zim, or did you come, make visits and all that? Because some people, like, what's the best way to do it? Do you just say, like, okay, I'm done, let me go? Or did you just take time?
So ever since I moved to the UK, I was always a person who would come back home. Every year, I would come back home on holiday. I think it was those home ties that kept pulling me back. And so I had a good understanding of the sort of business climate in Zimbabwe, and it then came a point in 2018 where I just decided, you know what, I'm buying this one-way ticket and I'm going home. And you know, yeah, there's a lot of industries, there's a lot of spaces that people who've been to the diaspora, people who've learnt outside the country can come back and invest in. You know, there are a lot of spaces. I find that external markets are very overpopulated and everyone has done everything. But over here in Zimbabwe, there's room for, there's a lot of spaces that you can come and invest and bring your skills that you've learned outside to further benefit, you know, the community as a whole.
Okay, so apart from tourism, what other industries do you think someone can invest in here in Zimbabwe?
Oh, where do you start? I think it's such an open playing field that you have the opportunity to come and do whatever you feel passionate about. There's a lot of things that can be done in the whole internet space. I think, you know, I've dabbled my toes into the whole farming and tourism.
Oh, you do farming as well?
Not necessarily, but I think it's another industry that you can get into. But right now I'm focusing on the tourism side. I think it makes it easier to just coming to work and getting on a quad bike. It's not work.
It makes it exciting.
Yes.
So I see you run this business with your wife.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. So how easy was it? Because sometimes you find some people want to relocate, but then they're like, oh, one of the partners is not like really open into relocating.
I was, I think I was very lucky.
Yeah.
That my wife bought into the vision.
Yeah.
She saw the potential that Zimbabwe had. She's always been a lover of Zimbabwe as well. And when we discussed it, it was easy because she bought the idea, she bought the vision. So if it was to be someone moving back with a partner, I think that support helps a lot, because there were times when you just feel like maybe I want to pack my bags and go back, but having that person who keeps you grounded and says, look, we've got this, it helped. It helped. So yeah, I think it's if it's an individual, it works. If it's a couple who's thinking of coming back, it's always just good to ready yourselves and prepare yourselves to say, you know, we are going in and we're going in 100%. You can't want to relocate and do 50-50. Like, you have to do your own. But the one thing I can guarantee you, when you come back home, work feels different. Work doesn't feel like work. And with the skills that people have, there's a lot of returns.
Oh, that's really awesome and good advice for those people who are interested in relocating. So do you find how easy was it to set up a business in terms of the permits and, you know?
It was very easy. It's straightforward. If you go to any of the offices, there are ministries which are sort of dedicated to different industries. And if you go to those ministries, you get signposted to everything that you need. And most of the ministries, it's quite quick turnaround times. So it's easier. It's easier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was your biggest challenge?
I think coming back, you'll be used to certain comforts, you know, like the takeaway at the end of your phone call. But I think in terms of challenges, for us the biggest challenge was just trying to build this place. But it made me think a lot. You know, it made me use my skills, use my creativity, imagination, and it's just like, you know, Zimbabwe is like a blank canvas. You have the opportunity to do what you want. You can do something that you've seen, for example, in the UK. You can come and replicate it here, and it will be
Epic.
10 times better, because now you've got the benefit of the beautiful weather, you've got the benefit of the friendliest people ever, and yeah, your exposure being in the diaspora can be put to good use.
Oh, okay, that's awesome, awesome. What advice would you give to someone who is looking at relocating, like your parting shot, your final words?
So I'd say do your research. Come with something that's unique, something different. Try not to follow the people are making money doing this trends. Be yourself, be creative. You know, Zimbabwe is looking for different ideas, new businesses, new restaurants, new types of food, new cuisines, new activities. So my advice would be come back, have a look yourself, and make a decision from what you've seen. Try not to, yes, do your research, but try not to focus on what people are telling you. Oh, this is what other people are doing. So yeah, I think it's just be unique, but mostly be on the ground.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I can't wait to be back to the House of Zulu and see where you would have taken it in a couple of years.
Thank you, everyone, and visit Zimbabwe.
Visit Zimbabwe.
Zimbo.
Zimbo.